they said on those calls. They are not required to give us in advance.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Breezy. Senator Smith?
Yes, Commissioner Rhodes, I gave you a copy of what was distributed to us, and I just have a question about this, and I'm looking at the last 2 pages.
Okay.
The last 2 pages. And I'm trying to understand here, so this might be a normal process that would be followed where you would get a request from someone for some scripts, and then you would forward it on. In this particular case, it looks like, if I'm trying to piece this together, I see a May 10th, 1:57 p.m., where someone, an Evan Schmitz, sent something to Susan Horn, which would have been at the Public Service Commission, right? About some scripts. And then I see that Susan Horn forwarded it to you at 2 p.m. And said, hey, here's a auto dialer script I received. And then at 2:33, you forward that to an address, Crystal Road 17. Is that your personal email?
It is.
And for what purpose would that have been?
I forward a lot of things to my personal Gmail account, particularly when I'm having problems with the state email, which is something that happens quite frequently. And once I leave the office, I oftentimes need to reference those things at home. And quite frankly, my husband gets tickling out of these, and so sometimes I send him to my personal email so he can look at them.
Did you have any relationship with this political campaign, the Sinowicki campaign?
I did not have a personal, well, I mean, I know, of course, John Sinowicki. I know, of course, Evan. So, yeah, I mean, I know them, but I didn't work this campaign.
So you nor your family or any friends have any relationship with that campaign?
No.
Or had a relationship with that campaign? Okay. All right. And then the other one, there's one here where, again, this Susan forwarded something to you on another campaign. This one looked like Victory Phones, script submission Victory Phones. And you forwarded on to a Mandy, a Missick, and a Anka. Who are they?
Anka is my husband.
Oh, okay.
And Mandy and Misak are part of the Vargas campaign and had asked for these to be had asked for any scripts related to their race to be forwarded to them.
Okay.
So we complied with that request.
And you provided a little bit of a commentary with that one.
Sure.
We could tax. People will hang up.
Yeah.
All right. Not particularly impartial.
Well, I mean, we all have opinions about what the content
But you're
of the
a public
calls
service
are.
commissioner, and we want people to have trust in what you do. Thank you, Commissioner Rhodes.
Thank you, Chairman Smith. You know, I guess any other questions from the committee? I find it a little troubling myself that until complaints would come in, these should be handled, I think, very in a neutral capacity. Now, once complaints start coming in, which means the robocalls are starting, I can see where you can maybe justify doing this. But up until this point, I'm a little troubled by this. No other questions from the committee? Senator Hughes.
Yes, I guess, thank you, Commissioner Rhodes, for coming in. I do find it a little troubling that you forward, I don't remember what you used, a lot of commission emails to your private account, and then your husband has access to look at them for his enjoyment. Is that accurate?
Look, we listen to a lot of political robocalls. We work in politics. There's no way to do that, or no way to avoid doing that. But yes, sometimes I'm sure you also share information with your spouse. Again, these are public records. There's nothing proprietary or personal or protected in any of this. And quite frankly, if I had my druthers, we would post every single script as it came into our office online. and then there would never be any question about who could access what at any time. And hopefully, that is something that you're going to be willing to provide resources for.
Are you just forwarding the robocalls or basically any email that comes?
No, I forward to my personal email information that I need to access at home if I'm not going to be able to access it from home otherwise, as I'm sure many people do.
Thank you, Senator Hughes. Any other, Senator Smith?
One last question, and since Senator, you mentioned to Senator Hughes that your husband's involved in campaigns.
I did not.
Oh, I thought I heard that. I'm
No.
sorry. And I stand corrected. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Smith. Any other questions from the committee? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony.
You bet.
Any others wish to testify in a neutral capacity?